Hey everybody, today I'm going to be opening up my new 6D Mark II. This is an upgrade for me. I just went from a 5D Mark II and changing to the 6D. I kind of wanted to get a 5D Mark IV, but I've heard good things about the 6D, and the Mark II just came out with new features, so I thought, why not? So today I'm going to be opening it, and I'm super duper excited. Also, I might need scissors. So pretty and small. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I haven't owned a brand new camera in my whole life. Dang, it's so small, like compared to 5D. I mean, it's not, but oh gosh. It's so cute. It doesn't hurt my hands. Like, it fits. This is not gonna hurt my hands anymore, or like my arms. And we got a new charger and a new battery, which, you know, we always need that. Will it focus? Yeah, it's focusing. Okay, so I'm on my test shoot right now with my friend Momento. And I'm shooting on the 6D Mark II right now with the auto face detection feature, which is really weird not to have to focus, but I like it. So if you also do YouTube videos or loud truck or whatever you do, this might be good for you to use. It'll like focus on the background, and then it'll start to detect your face, which is awesome. So yeah, we're about to start shooting. Like literally right now.
Premiumbeat.com.
Hey y'all. So now that I've had a chance to do a test shoot with the 6D Mark II, I wanted to kind of give an overview. So I went from having a 5D Mark II to changing to this. I've worked with a 5D Mark III, that's what my fiance shoots with, and that's what I shoot with, so we've been borrowing this camera. And I've loved that camera so much. I'm going to be going over some pros and cons about the 6D Mark II. First of all, I really love how lightweight it is. It is a little bit smaller than the 5D. I have a messenger bag and it fits really nicely into there. It is a little bit more lightweight on my arms, And because it's lightweight, it doesn't have as many features as the 5D Mark III or the 5D Mark IV. One of them being it does not have the dual card slot, so you cannot do the CF card as well. You can only do one SD card at a time. For me, that's a little bit frustrating because I second shoot with other people all the time, and when I'm doing my own weddings, I prefer to shoot to 2 cards at once so that my images are being backed up twice. This also allows me to give somebody else my SD card or my CF card, and then that way they can have my files and I can take home mine, and they can just send me back my memory card whenever they're done with it. So one thing that I do really like about this camera is that it does have a face detection feature for the autofocus on the video side. On the video function, it will help find people's faces and detect that. So I was using that with my face, with my model's face, and it works really, really well. I can kind of show you guys. Also, it does have the flip out monitor, so that it is really nice if you want to be able to see. So I'm going to show you guys. I'll have it focus on, if you can see, and it'll focus on my face. So that way you don't have to be messing around with the autofocus. If you do YouTube or something like that, this would be a great feature for you to be able to see what's going on, and I did really enjoy it. The autofocusing part did work pretty well. I learned how to do video with just manual focus alone, so that is something that I would probably still want to keep doing. But if you were using this as a backup camera and wanted to do the autofocus just in case, that would probably be actually a really good idea. So the flip out monitor is really cool. It is also touchscreen, so that's a little bit different to get used to. This camera doesn't allow custom file names on your SD card. It doesn't have as many auto function settings or as many settings in general from the 5Ds. So that is something that is a little bit of a downgrade. I will say that the autofocus though is super crisp. I'll be showing you guys the autofocus in my images and in my video. I felt like, I mean, this is a brand new camera, so the autofocus should be super crisp, but I did have a few issues with that at first until I figured out how to set my autofocus point. The 60 would be a really good upgrade if you're going from something like Canon Rebel or one of the less expensive Canon cameras. And if you didn't want to go all the way out with the 5D because those can be such a pretty penny, I think that this is such a good middle ground. I will be using this camera as my main camera for some of my weddings, but I actually am still going to prefer the 5D Mark III whenever I can use it. So I would love to be able to do dual camera bodies with this, and I'm really excited to get that and get the moneymaker going. This is a great backup camera. I don't think that it's necessary to have like 2 5Ds. This definitely will get you what you need. It's still really great camera, and it is really cool that you can send photos straight from the camera through Wi-Fi to your phone. So you don't need to go edit on the computer. If you have Visco or if you have other editing apps on your phone, you're going to be able to send shots from the camera to your phone. So I do really love this camera. I highly approve. I'm really excited to start using it, and I think it's going to be a really good step up from the 5D Mark II. And I think if you're debating whether to go all the way on the 5D Mark III, you might just want to save your money and go ahead and get this. Unless you're like shooting tons and tons and you know that you're eventually going to need something more heavy duty, then I would go with like the 5D Mark IV or the 5D Mark III. But yeah, this is definitely gets everything you need done, and it is still a really good camera. Well, thanks for watching. If you want to see anything else, let me know. I appreciate it. Alright, bye! Oh, Ruby just farted really bad.